What's up, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm Star Wars champion Andrew Dimalanta.
And I'm Nicki Dimalanta.
Woo, 3 matches.
Woo.
Woo.
A nice, concise week.
Nice, concise week.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm not complaining.
Not at all.
Gives us a little break from the 5 matches.
Well, it gives you a little break from the 5 matches, and it makes those extra matches that much more special when they happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't know what you miss until it's gone. I don't know what that is.
Song?
I don't know. I started to say it and it turned into a song for some reason. I have no idea why.
I don't know. I think you made that up, but it worked.
Yeah, I mean,
it worked. Yeah.
No, it is a song, isn't it? Isn't there some kind of somebody in the comments say there's some kind of song?
You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. There's something like that.
There's something like that. Like you don't know what you missed till it's gone. Something like that. I'm terrible with music.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna look that up afterward.
Waste your time.
I feel like it's some like 80s song.
I think so.
I could be totally wrong and making that up. I don't know. Not a strong start.
Not even 2 minutes in, we're already on this weird tangent.
Oh boy.
And again, it's my fault.
Oh, maybe there is some validity to that.
Yep. Sorry, there's something in my. Anyways, so no big news except for like I think another free agency is happening.
Is there?
Yeah, there's another free agency happening, and of course the Stars are the first up, obviously.
Oh, I think I missed that. I didn't know that was happening.
I think it starts tomorrow. As of this date, it's running. Oh yeah, and sorry, we took a day off.
Oh right, happy holidays.
Happy 4th of July.
Oh my goodness, 4th of July is great and all. America's, good job, but like, I really dread 4th of July.
Me too, and New Year's.
Oh my god. Maybe that could be the next rad as we talk about holidays that we like and don't, because I really do dread 4th of July.
Yeah.
Like it's fun to an extent, and same with New Year's to an extent, but fireworks, no thanks.
Nope.
Leave it to the professionals. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Leave it to people who know pyrotechnics, and that's not you probably. I just, if I want to see fireworks, maybe I'll go to Disney and I'll watch the professionals do it. I don't want to see, I don't want to say some random name and then have it be somebody's name. But
yeah, I liked fireworks up until I got hit by one. So that's a story for Rad.
I don't want to see some joker in his backyard with a black cat in one hand and a Coors Light in the other. Like, no thanks.
America.
Hard pass. Nobody wants to see your Facebook video of your fireworks show in your backyard.
It's all about America. But yeah, that's what we
gotta set off those boom booms. You know what I'm saying? Raise hail, praise Dale.
Yeah, so we took a day off because of the holiday. And we just didn't have. That's the only reason why. A bigger reason why is because 4th of July, you just didn't have the time to do it. So we're recording on a Monday afterwards. Yeah, and we'll get it on today, which is Tuesday.
It was kind of a busy weekend, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the holiday we can give people a break, give us a break.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Whatever.
Anyways, so let's go ahead and get into the matches. I don't think there's anything big happening other than free agency.
And if there is, I'm sure that the shows that do a lot more work will tell you what's going on.
That's not what this show's about.
The show's just about having a good time. So
here for a good time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, ladies. So our first match, we've got a singles match. We've got Ben, the Bandit Goddard of the Den versus King Khan of the Finn Stock Exchange. There's an opening scene, not too much plot-wise happening. And if you've all noticed recently,
it's just
there
trash
haven't
talk.
been a lot of opening and closing scenes.
Yeah.
Not a lot of plot stuff. I think Christian is gearing up for the move back to studio matches.
Yeah, and I'm excited for that.
So there was if you do want to get some scoops on the Schmoedown, in the Facebook group, there was a
poll,
a Q&A.
Yeah, that's right.
From Christian, where he was like, I got some time, ask me some stuff. And a lot of people asked stuff and he answered a lot of stuff. Some stuff he gave very vague answers, which of course, he's not going to show you all his cards. But, somebody asked about, oh, where's Grace? And how come we haven't seen a lot of these opening scenes, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I'm just kind of tired of digital, to be honest with you. So,
yeah,
gearing up for the return to studio. And I think that, digital will have its place when needed, when applicable. Yeah. But the main bread and butter, what we're saying, is studio matches and live events.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to see digital go away because, obviously it's a competitor that's out of the country. You're going to fly them in?
Is Are you talking Blunden?
I think Blunden is. Yeah, I think there's another one.
I feel like there might be FCL player or two.
There's a couple of people that are out of the country, so like you can't. I don't know if the show has the budget to fly them out.
Yeah.
So there's do digital. I think digital will have its place into where if you have no other way of getting this person in, digital's right there.
Well, and look at the Star Wars division by itself. Like, say like tomorrow, Christian was like, all right, we're back in studio, boys and girls, you know, and then a Star Wars tournament happens. 8 people, however many you want to have. Star Wars is pretty spread out in not California.
Yeah.
You know, you've got Orlando here, repping here. You got Laura up there in Chicago. And if I'm forgetting people, sorry, I don't keep tabs on where everybody lives.
You have the Damons, you got the Damons in Atlanta. You got Gold Leader.
You got the Damons, you got Gold Leader, you got Zach Burkett in Georgia. You got Laura Kelly in Chicago. I always want to say Sean Sullivan doesn't live in California, but I think he does.
He lives in California, just doesn't live in LA.
There you go. Still closer than us. But in any case, a lot of players in not even a relatively smaller division are not in California. So, you know, if you have a tournament, maybe you do digital for the, you know,
and then you do
regular matches.
Yeah, you do the finals for do a studio match.
There you go. So it might have its place. Who knows? It would be nice for those of us that aren't LA based.
Yeah, to not have to fly out for matches.
I mean, I am excited to fly out one of these days to see people.
Oh,
and
absolutely,
hug people because I just
see people again.
Somebody please give me a hug. Please. But I'm excited to get back out there one day. Yeah. But you know, it's also nice to save money. You know? Yeah. So anyways, the opening scene wasn't anything too plot heavy. It was Ben and King Khan just trash talking each other leading up to the match. You know what that you know how that goes.
Yeah.
So round 1, they both got perfect rounds. Good job, guys.
Good job, guys.
However, Ben did miss the bonus. Khan did get it. 8-9 in favor of Khan.
Oh, and speaking of the first round boards, I see you, Khan, with the Beyond Schmoedown sticker on there.
That's right. You know,
earning some brownie points over here.
I want to give you crap for being on the exchange, but you won me over, I guess. You're cool.
And I do want to mention that like I think this is another one of the rookies on the exchange that doesn't get a rookie for his second match.
That's right.
So it's interesting. Like, because we said it before, like we want to see these rookies and like test their teeth against a veteran player, and I think this is a very reasonable. Like he's not like love Goddard, but he's not like it's not Dan. So you need to give
you say that about a lot of players.
Yeah, he's a veteran in the case that like it is reasonable for him to be going up against a rookie, if that makes sense. Record wise and all that stuff.
It's his second season.
Yeah,
doesn't have like huge numbers in the wins and losses total.
Yeah,
when you talk about somebody like an Ethan Irwin or Dan Murrow or John Roca, who they have like their wins and losses are like in the double digits. You know, so somebody who is their second season, it's not surprising to see them going up against a rookie who is doing well.
Yeah.
So it kind of evens out, which is what I think you were saying.
Coming off a TKO win, so
yeah. So I think that's what you're trying to say. Yeah, and I don't even know if I explained it right. It makes sense in my brain. You explain
things much more eloquently than I do.
Thank you. My mom always told me that I was very diplomatic with my words. Thanks, Mom.
Much better than like, I think that guy's good. And they go over that guy. That's very good.
Round 2. Khan goes first. Want to keep the foot on the gas. You know what I'm saying?
That's that
Finstock Exchange is all about pressure and intimidation.
Yeah, exactly. I know that man said very, very well. It was like, hey, just keep the pressure on, man.
Pedal to the metal,
pedal to the metal.
Obama means family. Ohana means family. I keep seeing those
meme.
I keep seeing those dumb Fast and Furious memes everywhere. Yeah. So every time I hear something about like family. Or something being fast, I'm like, gotta make a Dom meme, Ohana means family and nothing's stronger than family. Is that what he says in the movie?
He didn't say Ohana means family.
I've seen Tokyo Drift. We've had this conversation.
Yes,
I've seen Tokyo Drift. They were in Japan. That's all I remember. They drove fast cars. Khan spins Pixar.
Slow and steady. That should be the next spin-off for Fast. Slow and steady.
Slow and steady wins the race.
It's when they're in their 80s and it's like, I remember back in my day, we went Fast and Furious. It still means family, though.
God. Lord, I kind of want to explore that more. Come up with a
slow and
storyline.
steady.
Yeah. Tortoise in the hair kind of motif.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We should talk about that later.
We should.
All right. Con spins Pixar and decides to stick with it. And for good reason. He got a perfect round 2. Guess he likes them Pixar. Is that Disney?
Pixar. Yes. Disney owns it.
DreamWorks, no. Not the same thing. I think they all look the same.
Spielberg owns that.
All that animation looks the same to me. Like, could you see a movie and be like, oh, that's Pixar. Oh, yeah. That's DreamWorks.
Pixar has a distinct, like, look to it.
Coco's
Pixar.
That new Luca movie?
Luca.
Maybe you haven't seen. Okay, maybe
I think
you
it
haven't
is.
seen it.
I think it is Pixar.
What's DreamWorks?
DreamWorks.
Ants. Monsters Inc.
No, that's Pixar.
Well, what's DreamWorks?
Why can't I think of any DreamWorks pictures right now? Oh, the Dragon franchise, I think, is DreamWorks.
How to Train a Dragon?
Yeah. That's a good franchise. I cannot believe you have not seen any of those movies. The dragons are basically dogs.
That sounds pretty rad.
It's rad. It's really rad.
Maybe one day.
You should. Well, you know,
I was in the room while you watched it.
I'm surprised you did not watch it because it's good. It's very good.
I was tired that day, I guess.
He's a giant puppy. That's all he is. Toothless.
Ben goes. Does he have no teeth?
He when he's not threatening, his teeth go back into his gums. That's why it's called toothless. And then when he gets angry, his teeth pop out.
That's weird. How does he eat? You gotta get angry to eat?
No, it's like Wolverine claws. He comes out when he needs them.
So not even necessarily. Does he pierce his skin every time? Like it hurts?
I don't know the anatomy of this dragon.
Well, that's just very specific. Wow. Man.
He's like one of a kind dragon. He's like the last of his kind until he finds another one of him that's white. And I think in the second movie. And it's a female.
It's a White Walker?
It's like a white. They're called, what are they called? They're
dragons?
No. This toothless is a specific type of dragon. I can't remember what it's called though.
Don't worry about it. You know what I always say, ladies?
That's not Star Wars. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't care. Not Star Wars.
Don't care. Ben goes. He spins opponent's choice. Yuck. He gets given movie release dates.
I was totally seeing that. It was either that or Wrestlers or something.
I don't remember what else was on the wheel.
Yeah.
It feels like about a year since we watched this match for some reason.
I think like a go-to opponent's choice is
movie release dates. Unless it's like Ben got
Bateman. Even though Bateman took the movie release dates and he struggled in the last time he did it because
it's kind of hit or miss sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like
basically, if it's Ben Bateman or Scott Mance, maybe don't.
Yeah.
But everybody else is like, sure,
go and give it to him.
Why not? Because how do you study movie release dates? Rather, it's just
remember the date that the movie came out.
Just looking it up on IMDb. Got it. 76.
I mean, I think thinking of like movie release dates, that's like a very studyable category.
It's just rot memorization.
Yeah, but for some reason, I think people just struggle with it sometimes because I think the Oscars kind of mess with people sometimes. It's like, because it was released in this date, but the Oscar it won.
It's confusing.
It's confusing. So I don't know.
Anyways, he went to multiple choice once, missed it, and it was stolen. And then another 2-point miss, also stolen. Oh no.
Yikes.
Oh no. With that, all of a sudden we're at 12-20 in favor of Khan. We are in definite TKO territory, my dudes. Round 3, 2-pointer for Ben. Comedies. Sandra Bullock co-stars with Melissa McCarthy in what 2013 comedy? The Heat. Never heard of it.
The Heat, not Heat.
Got it. Challenge.
That's a case where
Isn't there a Heat movie?
There's a Heat movie, yeah.
So that would be a legitimate challenge probably and not petty. I mean, it would be a little petty.
Yeah, because you have to distinguish which one are you talking about.
It would be a little petty. Is Melissa McCarthy? Is Melissa McCarthy in the other one?
No.
Is Sandra Bullock in the other one?
No.
Then you're probably just adding articles. I feel like it would be a kind of petty challenge, but also something winnable.
This is the case where you would have to say The Heat.
Yeah, no. I get what you're saying, but it would be a little funny.
Yeah.
A hint, but I would get it.
No.
Because I'd probably do the same thing if I was the opponent.
Because it's in the rule book. It's like if the movie is distinguished by an article, it has to be there. If it's not, then benefit of the doubt applies. So
yeah, no. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it because, like I was saying, if I was the opponent, I would definitely do it because you want to win.
Yeah.
So, 3-pointer for Ben. Oh, he got it right. I don't know if I said that. 3-pointer for Ben. Quentin Tarantino in Pulp Fiction, who plays the burglar that simply goes by the name Pumpkin. Cool name, bro. Tim Roth. He got it. 5-pointer for Ben because we got to answer them all.
Yeah.
Oh boy, family films. What Oscar-winning actress voices Sassy the cat in the 1993 family film Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey?
Oh, fantastic question.
Benny Boy made me real nervous on this one because I think he used a JTE or two.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no. And it was getting to the point where I'm like, well, I got to Google it because I want to know if he's
you don't want to.
I want to know if he gets it right the minute he says it. And it was easily Googled, quickly. Luckily, I don't know if he just kind of did a deductive reasoning or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, who won the Oscar in this decade?
Well, I know these people provided voices. She's an Oscar winner. Who knows? I don't know how he got there, but he got there. It was Sally
Fantastic poem.
Field. Got it. Okay, 2-pointer for Con. Got to answer a couple. TKO avoided.
Yeah, avoided -1.
Releases. Robert Pattinson plays the character Neil. Young Neil? That's what that always makes me think. In what 2020 action epic? Tenet. Got it. 3-pointer for Khan. Here we go, Tom Cruise. Name 2 of the 3 films in which Tom Cruise co-stars with Nicole Kidman. Eyes Wide Shut.
Obviously.
Yeah. And Days of Thunder is what he said. Don't know what the third one was. In any case, he got it with that 22-25 in favor of Khan. Taking home yet another win.
Khan's good.
To the exchange. Yeah.
Khan's good. He got 100% PPE, 100% accuracy, I think. Yeah. He didn't miss a single question, did he?
No, he got a perfect round. He got the bonus. He got a perfect round 2 and answered his 2 and his 3. Stole 2 from Ben. So yeah, he did it all.
So 100% PPE, 100% accuracy. That's good. That's a good showing.
Yeah. Can't do any better than that. Yeah. The only way he could have done better was if he had been forced to his 5-pointer and also had gotten that. So
no, that's not. No. So not 100% PPE because he didn't have to answer his 5.
Oh, that's how that works.
That's how it works.
Possible points earned. Is that what PPE stands for?
Yeah.
Wow.
Possible points.
Look at that.
So 100% accuracy is still good showing, man.
Yeah, of course it is.
The exchange is a curious case to where when the tournament does come up, you have 4 spots to fill.
Yeah.
Who do you put in out of these rookies?
Yeah, because last week we were mentioning people in the exchange to put in, and we didn't say Con.
We forgot about Con.
And shouldn't have.
Yeah.
So
obviously, because look at the way he's playing.
Yeah.
Almost TKO'd Ben Goddard. TKO'd who's it? Flickinger?
Flickinger. That's a different story.
But now it's like I'm glad he got Goddard. Not that I wanted to see Goddard lose, but I'm glad that he was able to show his worth against a formidable opponent.
Right.
Because Flickinger was even when he entered, I was like, I mean, how much is he going to offer? He's one of those talents where it's like,
how much is he going to prepare?
Exactly.
How seriously will he take it?
I think the big reason he was offered a spot in the draft was because he's a buddy of the Schmoes, a longtime buddy of the Schmoes. We got what's his name? Stuckman.
Oh yeah.
Stuckman played 1 game. He played really well, but we never saw him again.
Yeah.
We finally get Flickinger in. Doesn't do the best, and we know exactly we're probably not going to see him again either because he got his feet wet.
It was kind of a rough go.
Probably doesn't want to show up again. We even got Hartwell in the free fall 1 year.
Nice guy.
Great guy. But I think another buddy of the Schmoes. So now that he went up against Goddard, it's like, all right, legit competitor.
Yeah. Puts
his heart and soul into it. Is very talented, very knowledgeable. So now we know exactly what Conan is fully capable of, and it wasn't any different than we should have expected from his last match.
Exactly. But like you said, I am glad that it was not a rookie because people out there like us are going to be like, is this ways you can keep giving rookies?
Yeah.
So the only thing that you can say now is only place to go is it's just gonna keep getting tougher.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see where he goes now that he's, gone past Goddard.
Yeah.
Who do you get now? Because I really don't know. I don't know how seeding works or anything like that. I don't know how matchmaking works.
He's 2-0 now, right?
So is there a possible way that he could see a rookie again? Only if he happens to maybe see another perfect no-loss rookie.
They probably have that's the way competition works. Like you got to go with somebody similar record.
Yeah.
Right now the rookies are getting out of the ones that are undefeated left, like that's the only real way. But again, I want, now that you put him against Ben Goddard, put him against another non-rookie.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I feel bad saying, oh, you'll be going backwards if you go against another rookie, because that's not true. Because you look at other rookies, you look at Griffey Nooms. My God. I mean, I know that they would never face each other because they're the same faction unless something happened in a tournament that was weird. But like, it's because that obviously wouldn't be going backwards.
Yeah.
But you know, if you stepped up to somebody who's not a rookie, I kind of want to see you keep stepping up to people that aren't rookies. Look what happened to Adam Collins.
Yeah.
My God.
So say the tournament is next week. Looking at the Exchange's roster right now.
What tournament is next week?
Say the singles tournament is like next week. It's like, all right, and you're Gucci or Barbarian or Roca, whoever the hell the captain is on that team. Who knows?
Who do you put in?
Who do you put in?
Well,
based off of what you've seen out of these rookies, you have Nooms is undefeated.
I feel like the lock that you have to go with is Roca JTE.
Yes.
I feel like you have to go with those two. So now it's just what two rookies do you want to put in? And I know that recency bias is always a thing.
Yeah.
I get it. But sometimes it holds true. It's for good reason. I feel like right now, I wish I had a roster in front of me.
Because you have Nooms who's undefeated.
I would say Nooms and Khan.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I would too, because Nooms is undefeated, Khan's undefeated, Radis is undefeated. Lomas lost his first one.
Has another match this week.
Has another match this week. And I know I'm forgetting somebody. Who else is there?
Well, and I would say I would almost want Craig to focus on IG.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because we'll get to his match.
Yeah. There's plenty of, there's a lot of people. I don't remember.
Yeah. But at the moment, I mean, if you don't, that's the only reason I don't say put Barbarian into that spot is because you're gonna run yourself thin, especially if you want to win that tournament.
Yeah,
you don't want to split your attention, especially because Barbarian is very good, and IG isn't his number one thing. But at this moment, your best hope for IG is Barbarian.
That's what I was gonna say. Who else do they have that plays IG? I don't know off the top of my brain. I don't know if Craig is the only one, or if there's other people that are flexing. I don't know off the top of my brain. But yeah, I don't know that I'd want to, if Craig is the top IG player that they have, I wouldn't want him to spread himself too thin.
But then you also run into this thing where, like, I think if you're in contention for a belt right when the tournament is starting, you can't go into the tournament. So what if you get to a point where, say, Khan or Nooms goes undefeated and they find themselves in title contention right when the tournament starts? Then that starts to pan out better.
Yeah. Well, then you got your Radis, who so far is undefeated.
Or you just put Barbarian in there. You're like, okay, boom.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
I get nervous for people that get. I don't want people to get burned out. That's the only thing I get nervous about.
Because it's a burnout is a very big factor.
Yeah.
When it comes to
and I would just worry about. I'm sorry. I think I called him Craig Barbarian. I just wouldn't want to see Barbarian. On a personal level, I would just want him to not
have to focus too much on two different things.
Yeah, to be too strung out, stressed out. Who knows? Maybe he's not. Maybe he's a pretty laid back dude.
Yeah. Hell, I compete in one division. I got burnt out last year.
I didn't even compete last year, and I got burnt out. So anyways. It's a lot. I mean, it depends on how you approach it, and we tend to take a pretty all in approach. And the further we go, the further all in we get somehow. I don't know how. But yeah, it all depends on your approach.
Yeah. So, and as far as Ben Goddard goes, it's rough. It's getting rough for the den, and especially for Ben Goddard and his partner Paul Preston.
Yeah.
Do they have a match coming up soon? Don't they?
They have a match that dropped.
Oh yeah, that's right. It dropped today.
Today
that
for patrons.
So we'll see.
Today, the day that we recorded.
Yeah. So we'll see how they do in that one. But this one is rough much because got hit with opponent's choice, and I would like to see him. I would have liked to see him get a category so to really test Khan with that 5 point, because this is the first time Khan had to answer a third round question at all. I
mean, it's only a second match, but yes, you're right.
Yeah, and that 5 pointer we've said all the time is the great equalizer in any division you play. So I want to see Khan at least answer 1 5 pointer.
Yeah,
but regardless, he looks real good.
Yeah.
So, but I would like to see this one have them both get categories that they really like.
Yeah, because there's always going to be people naysayers, but we'll call on only one because, you know, I'm sure there's people out there saying that.
That's the game, though.
That's the game. And that's one thing that I'm interested to see what happens when they do get back to more studio tapings, because I feel like Opponent's Choice has been coming up a lot.
Yeah, that digital wheel is like, how trustworthy is it?
How do you, I mean, I'm sure it's all math and algorithms. There you go. Math's back, everybody. Somehow, some way, it's everywhere we look.
We need to make that a shirt. Don't on math.
But yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? But it just seems it's kind of crazy how often it's come up.
Yeah.
So to have a physical wheel again would be nice.
And it feels like it's been happening to Ben a lot lately. So we'll see what happens. It seems
like the Stars used to get it a lot, and Ben, and yeah, it's rough. So, you know, you want to be able to get there and spin that actual physical wheel and see how it treats you that way.
Yeah.
You know?
So, I mean, I imagine we'll see Ben in the IG tournament, because I said before, like, burnout is a thing, but if you're banking so much on Ben Goddard and Paul Preston, you got to put him in anything you can.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Kate hailed them as the centerpiece of the faction.
Yeah.
So
you got to lean on it.
It's the kind of thing where if you come out and you say, I'm a multi-divisional player, especially not singles and teams, especially if you start branching out into Star Wars and IG, when you start saying that, people are going to,
they're going to talk a lot if you don't
deliver. Well, if you say it and don't do it.
Yeah.
Or if you say it and don't perform as well as they think you should, there's going to be a lot to say. Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's probably scary to go out there and be like, yeah, I'm a multi-division. I play in 3 divisions, 4 divisions. You know, there's like a person or two in the draft this season. They're like, I play in all 4 divisions. Like, well, we did to see it.
I'll see it when I see it.
You know, I feel like one of them might be on the exchange.
I think so.
I don't know. I don't remember.
But that's a tall task.
Yes.
To compete is one thing, but to be competitive in all 4 is something that we have not seen ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I think John Campio is the only player ever to compete in all 4 divisions, but he never won a single match.
Yeah.
So
he was one question away from winning the Star Wars belt.
He was, but
what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Anyways,
next match. We have a singles match. There is an opening scene. It was mostly Kaiser just talking trash.
Kaiser's corner.
I love Kaiser. Talking about how the Den dropped David Del Rio and that he picked him up, and how he kept on saying that most people are idiots. Most people that basically aren't him, kind of thing. Yeah. And when we heard that David Del Rio got dropped, I was like, well, dude's an actor, right?
Scheduling, probably.
Maybe it's scheduling issues. Maybe he didn't have time. And he just straight up told Kate, like, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
And it's not like he didn't perform.
Oh, no. He took Chance to the limit.
Yeah.
I mean, overtime, maybe?
It was a sudden death, I believe.
Yeah. So I think he's probably overlooked and maybe a little underrated.
Yeah.
And so I thought that it was a scheduling thing. And I was like, oh, man, that's a shame. Because he seeing like a cool dude. I guess maybe we won't be seeing him.
Really likes competing in the Schmoedown.
Yeah.
Fits in really well.
But then the dungeon picks him up. And I'm like, well,
okay.
I guess it's not a scheduling thing. Interesting choice. Let's see how it played out for the Den. I know the Den's not competing in this, but you know what I'm saying.
We've got this decision panned out.
We've got Diamond David Del Rio, now of the dungeon, versus
magnificent mustache.
Oh yeah,
God,
like yeah, it was great. Versus Bam Bam Frank Moran of Swag.
Okay.
Sweet. Round 1. Frank missed a question about Anthony Hopkins and 7. David, however, got a perfect round. He did miss the bonus, though. That's okay. 6 to 8 in favor of David. Round 2. Frank goes first. He spins away from Robert Rodriguez, whoever that is. Director? I can only imagine. Sounds like it could be an actor. Maybe they do both. Sorry, William, if you're watching.
I don't know. I'm just nodding my head.
He gets opponent's choice. Funny how. He gets given Anne Hathaway. 2-point miss. Stolen.
Oof.
Multiple choice. Missed. Stolen. Sounds very familiar to the last match we talked about. Pretty much the exact same thing. David goes. He spins Amy Adams. Decides to stick with her. Perfect round 2.
I would stick with her too.
Very familiar. She cute. She real cute. So is Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Catwoman, Catwoman much? She's looking pretty good in that movie.
She was good.
Dark Knight
she was good.
Rises.
Yeah. Yeah, she was good. Nice. She was a very, very good
Selena Kyle. I knew that. You just said it a second before me.
I thought she was good. I don't know.
Call me Christian.
People had a problem with it. I didn't have a problem with it.
What, the Dark Knight Rises?
No, Anne Hathaway's portrayal of
What?
I thought she was really good.
I thought she was great. I don't really remember the movie very much, but I remember thinking she was fine.
The best of the trilogy. It kind of like, it got exhausting. There's certain points I was like, come on, Nolan, come on.
I mean, after you get, not the first one.
No.
It's like, how much are you going to be able to live?
Batman Begins is the first one in the trilogy. You're thinking Dark Knight.
That's what I am talking about. We're talking about something else.
Dark Knight is the second of the trilogy.
What's the first one?
Batman Begins. Is the first of the trilogy.
Oh no. I figured Dark Knight Rises first one would probably be Dark Knight.
No.
Wow, what a stupid trilogy. Who decided that?
I actually enjoy Batman Begins more in some ways than Dark Knight.
Batman Begins.
But Dark Knight is the better film in my eyes.
Val Kilmer.
Batman Begins?
No. Is it the same Batman?
No.
Christian Bale?
No, Christian Bale is in Nolan's trilogy.
Batman Begins.
Mm-hmm. That's
not Christopher Nolan?
That's Nolan directed that one.
That doesn't help me at all, but I'm flattered that you think it would.
Christian Bale is Batman in that one too. It's the first of the trilogy.
Batman Begins, not Christian Bale.
Yes, Christian Bale.
Oh, I thought I said that already.
No.
Oh, okay. Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Kilmer is Batman in which Batman film?
The one with the penguin.
No.
Oh, no. The one with Robin's family dying in the trapeze.
Yes.
Batman and Robin.
No.
Batman Forever.
Batman Forever.
Got there. Is that the one that Burger King had the cups?
Yes.
Freeze.
No.
Oh.
No, that's Batman and Robin.
They all run together for me. If it's not the Dark Knight, they're all the same to me.
Yeah, but Rise just got exhausting at some points. It's like, dude, like it's like there were certain points of dialogue was like, you could just go here, but Nolan decided to go like that. I'm like, dude, come on, seriously. I'm all for not saying it directly, but sometimes you just gotta say it.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't have to dance
because
around.
like there's that whole point of like when what was his name? Commissioner Gordon is like, oh, who are you? You could just say like, you know who I am. I'm Bruce Wayne. But he had to do the whole thing. It's not so much as who I am, but as much as
who the people deserve.
No, it's like
and who I want to be.
Being there for a young man to put a coat on him. It's like, just tell me your name.
Like, bro. Come on. Got a date.
The bomb, it's like, Bruce, remember that bomb that's about to explode in the next 2 minutes?
Got 15
gotta
seconds.
Gotta go.
Let's go. Yeah, I don't remember that movie too much. I feel like it was about 10 hours long. It was a little much
sometimes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That was one with Sandman.
No.
Oh, that's the first one?
Sandman?
It's Cillian Murphy? Is that his name?
Scarecrow?
Scarecrow.
That's the first. He's in all three.
Sandman's in Spider-Man. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Woof. That was in like the third Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, woof.
Wait. Scarecrow.
He's in all three movies. He's barely in the second one, but he has a bigger role in the third one.
Wow. The third one is The Dark Knight Rises. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, he's the judge. When remember they bring all the people into the room, and he's like the judge on top of him, like a bunch of books, I believe.
Oh, kind of.
Yeah, you remember that?
Kind of. Didn't he set all the money on fire?
No, that's the Dark Knight of the. Oh my God.
You said books, not money.
Books. Oh boy.
I should pay attention.
Anyways, God, more. Let's get back to the match.
Okay. Perfect round 2, Amy Adams. Good job, David. 10-19 in favor of David. Round 3, 2-pointer for Frank. Oscars. Martin Scorsese lost Best Director for Goodfellas to what famous actor turned director in 1991? Kevin Costner. Got it. 3-pointer for Frank. Black Cinema. Lawrence Fishburne stars as an LAPD officer who is tasked with going undercover to break up a drug ring in what 1992 film?
Uses all of his JTEs.
Deep Cover. Unfortunately, he did miss it. And with that, 12-19 in favor of David, a TKO. So let's talk about the return on this drop for the Den.
Yes, this doesn't make the Den and Kate look good, because especially after...
Right in this moment, yeah, it doesn't look like a good decision. In this moment,
you just saw Ben Goddard lose. And then you see the person they dropped get picked up by somebody that really doesn't need the points.
And TKO somebody.
So it's not looking like the best. I would like to know more of what went to the decision to drop David Del Rio.
Yeah. Because it's not like he had a poor showing against Chance.
He goes up against and then knocks somebody out. It's like, what? I want to know what's going on with the Den, because it's like that is a really not looking so great decision for them right
Frank
now.
Moran is not a rookie, right?
No, he's done well before.
Yeah,
so
okay. But yeah, I mean, David,
David's good.
He's kind of sneaky. I think a lot of people forget about him because we don't see him as much as we see some other people.
Well, when you do see him, he performs.
Yeah. And he's got a pleasant personality, top-notch mustache.
Wicked mustache. Come on now.
I think he wears a scarf, taking a page out of Lieberman's book.
Oh yeah, he did. He wore scarves, but he's very
well dressed though.
Cleans up nicely.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Yeah, it's a personality that I can get behind in the Schmoedown, and God knows he has the knowledge to back up that personality.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see who he gets matched up against next. Because I feel like both Del Rio and Moran are two people that they're not rookies, but you don't see them very often. Yeah. So some people might forget and think they are. So I am interested to see who David might face next. And,
he's 2-1.
I have no idea.
Something like that. He's won. Has he won twice? I think he was 1-1 coming into this one.
I think.
Or 1-2.
Something like that.
But
he did really well. I'm interested to see who he plays next, how he stacks up against that person.
Absolutely, man. Because
like I said, with every win, it just means the challenge might be rising, So we'll see what happens.
We'll see. Because like, if he continues to win and continues to perform this way, it's like,
yeah, what did go into that decision?
What went into that decision? Who made that decision? Because Kate's trying to get all the information that she can and take input from her players and from other people. Who said, "Hey, drop Del Rio," and who did they pick up in his place? Was another?
I remember.
I think it was another Star Wars player that picked up in his place.
I don't remember.
So I don't know I don't know. That's something that I think we need to keep our eye on, because.
Yeah, because it's always interesting to see, was it a good decision? Was it not?
Yeah. So what happens if the singles players in the Den keep losing and then David Del Rio keeps winning?
Yeah.
That's going to be a rough go if that ends up happening.
It's always interesting to look at trades or drops that happen earlier on in the year and towards the end of the year. People are going to look at the Den trading Marisol. Did that work out for them?
Marisol's competing in a number one contender match.
And then we're looking at them dropping David Del Rio. Let's see how that pans out at the end of the year.
Well, at least with the Marisol McKee trade, your return is better than picking up something that you don't know 100% will pan out.
Right.
So this one, this decision with Del Rio is far more curious than the Marisol, because the Marisol one made sense.
It made sense, yeah.
This one doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now. It's like, why would you? What?
Yeah.
So especially it's like maybe you thought he wasn't getting any matches, and the second you drop him, he gets another match on the books. Maybe that's what was happening. I don't know.
Who knows? But I am interested because he's a
good player.
He seems like he's a good dude, and he seems to know his stuff.
Yeah.
Moving on to the third and final match that we have this week, and it's a good one. We have another singles match. We have the Godfather, Drew McQuenney of the Usual Suspects versus the Barbarian of the Finstock Exchange. Round 1. They both got perfect rounds. They both got the bonus. This kind of game,
I mean, with these caliber of players, not surprised.
Not surprised.
McQuenney coming off a tough loss, Barbarian coming off a loss up from IG. So,
what does that make it? 9-9 at a singles match?
Yes.
Round. I didn't write down because they both went perfect, and I guess I just got lazy. Round 2. Barbarian spins Robert De Niro, sticks with it. Perfect round 2. Damn. Drew spins away from courtroom and legal thrillers. Don't blame him. Gets DreamWorks animation. Oh, should have paid attention to figure out some DreamWorks films. 2-point miss, and it was stolen.
Oof.
That's
a rough go.
That's not good.
That's a spicy meatball.
That is a spicy meatball. 15-19 in favor of Barbarian.
Spaghetti and meatballs now. Is that bad? Is that wrong?
I haven't made it in a long time.
I'm gonna make myself a burger after this.
I support you.
Burgers in the broiler. Who knew?
Yeah,
in a toaster oven, nonetheless.
I haven't made spaghetti and meatballs in a long time. It's a pretty...
I mean...
It's time consuming.
Well, no, because that is a special occasion meatball.
Yeah.
get the frozen meatballs from the store.
There's no shame in that. I mean, I'm sure my grandmother wouldn't be happy if she knew
sauce,
it, but
spaghetti.
But no.
Throw it in a pot, warm it up.
When I'm feeling real spicy and domestic or whatever,
sprinkle in some shredded cheese in that.
Then I will make meatballs from scratch and my sauce from scratch. No, because
like your grandmother's meatballs and sausage. There's sausage in it too, right? In the sauce.
I mean, you can if you shift.
But the sauce and meatballs, man, the good old Italian, Sicilian spaghetti and meatballs.
It's so good. The way it makes the house smell.
That's a special occasion like birthdays, Father's Day, Christmas.
Yeah, that was my dad's Christmas present.
I don't know why I have a New York accent now.
One year for Christmas, I made my dad a huge pot of sausage and meatballs, and we just like Tupperwared it all up and froze it, and then just brought him a huge cooler. It was like, Merry Christmas, Dad. Enjoy. So that was,
Oh, God, we need to make that now because we remember you did it for us too. But you split the pot.
Yeah, and then you made meatball subs.
Yeah, so good.
We'll see.
The meatballs, the sauce and meatballs ingredient.
One of these days. Round 3. 2.0 for Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts plays the queen to Lily Collins' Snow White in what 2012 film? Mirror. Got it. 3-pointer for Drew. Westerns. Let's put your seatbelts on, everybody.
It's about to get a little rough.
3-pointer for Drew. Westerns. For what film did John Wayne win his only Academy Award? Drew thinks about it.
Mm-hmm.
Says Rooster Cogburn. A beat goes by. And he goes, oh, wait. Oh, yeah, it's True Grit. And initially, Andrew Guy on the desk said, I'm sorry. That's incorrect. Rooster Cogburn is the character's name and also the name of a remake or whatever.
Yeah, and in the moment, I think it was at the discretion of Drew going, you already gave your answer. You can't correct yourself. We have to accept Rooster Cogburn. Your initial answer was Rooster Cogburn. That's incorrect, even though you told the right answer.
Yeah. Sam Levine bounces in. My man Sam, and he comes in and cites the rule book saying that no official challenge was made. I forget how he articulated his challenge.
No official ruling had been made.
No official
ruling.
My
man corrected himself, gave the correct answer. I believe you should award them the points.
Right. And for this match, Gucci wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Lieberman was the stand-in manager. Neither Ty nor Barbarian really.
It is hard to say Barbarian when you've talked to him personally and know him.
So. But neither of them really put up a big fight. I don't know if that made a difference.
It's just one of those situations where it's like, you said it's one of those situations where you have to like, I'm backing your initial decision. So, back your initial decision.
Yeah. I mean, had they made a case of some sort, I don't know if it would have actually changed anything. But it was interesting to see them both kind of be like, oh, no, we don't really have much to add. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So judges deliberated and they ruled in favor of Drew McQuenney, saying that, no official ruling was made. Yay or nay. He corrected himself. There was much debate on social media saying that he took more than 1 second. As per the rule book, it's 1 second. Herp, derp, burp, derp. And I saw somebody make a really good argument. And I feel like, I don't know if it was Amaru or somebody else, but somebody was like, listen, a perceived second is much different than
an actual second.
If you are on the desk and you are living that moment, and you don't have the luxury of going 0.25 speed on YouTube on a playback.
Yeah.
So that you can start your timer and go, actually, Drew took, 3.7 seconds to say his correction. They don't have that luxury. In the moment, they were probably like, that was fine. That was okay. That was about a second or so.
Yeah. Yeah. And in the rule book, also, there's a clause in there that says it's up to the discretion of the line judge, aka the announcers, to make the determination. It was like, did he correct himself in time? And they felt that was sufficient enough. Not enough time had passed where we have to accept that answer.
Yeah.
You correct yourself because like Drew, not Drew, like Sam said, no ruling had been made. Nobody said, there was nothing like that to tip him off. It's like, no, you're wrong.
I know somebody in a Facebook group was like, well, you can actually see Mark shake his head. And it's like, well, if you really want to dissect in that moment, when Mark did shake his head a little bit, Drew was not even looking at the screen.
Yeah.
He was looking down. So if you're thinking that, well, Mark shook his head, it's like, well, Drew didn't see it. Yeah. He's literally looking down. He's not looking at the screen or the camera.
Yeah.
So while, yes, we might have seen a head shake,
yeah,
the competitor didn't. So he didn't get the cue that we received.
Yeah.
So I know people get a really...
it's good to have the rule book to fall back on, but then there's... It's tough. It's a judgment call. It comes down to a judgment call.
It's never black and white.
Yeah.
It's always in the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this is a tough ruling.
It is, because I can see it going both ways. It's like when you literally watch it and it's like you in your head you're going 1, 2, and then he corrects himself and it's like that was a long time. But then you look at everything else and it's like
if you count the time between him saying Rooster Cogburn and him saying True Grit, yeah. But if you count the amount of time between him saying Rooster Cogburn
and realizing he's
and going,
wrong.
It's a shorter amount of time. Granted, if I pulled out my friggin' stopwatch, it's probably more than a second. But if I was there in the moment, would I have been like, well, that felt like 1.8 seconds more than
in the moment, man, like things seem longer than they are. Like that 15 seconds, sometimes I'll be sitting there like, God, they're giving me a lot of time to think about this.
And then I bet other times it's like,
it feels like it goes by in a second. So it depends on the situation. So
time perception is probably weird.
I think it really just came down to the judgment of the announcers. Like, look, we didn't like, and Sam is a really good talker because I think that really swayed him. Like, yeah, we didn't really make a ruling.
Yeah.
There's nothing to hint to Drew that said that he was wrong in saying that, and he corrected himself before we said anything.
Right.
So we're making a judgment call. We're awarding him the points.
It's a really tough call.
It's tough. So,
all I have to say is I'm glad I wasn't the line judge because that's a sticky ruling.
And we're gonna have somebody in the background going like, click. Oh no, sorry.
Yeah. And then there's always, with the digital matches, there's always the possibility of, was there a delay? Was there something latency. Like that? And that's, I don't know, probably why Christian probably is excited to move back to studio. So
everything's out right in front of you, so you can make all your calls in real time.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's a tough call. I'm glad I wasn't the one that had to make it.
It's a tough call, but I mean, you just have to move forward from it. I memean, it does suck because of how the rest of the match pans out.
Yeah. So he got it after the challenge was upheld. 2-pointer for Barbarian. Disney. Which actress stars as Maggie Payton in 2005's Fives? I said Five because it's Herbie.
Yeah. Fully
Loaded. Lindsay Lohan. Got it. 5-pointer for Drew. 2010's. Who directed Saoirse Ronan and Cate Blanchett in the 2011 action thriller Hannah? Joe Wright, I think is what he said. Got it. Shocking that speech to text got Saoirse Ronan. Wow. And some of the other things it's switched out. Like, you got that, but not a regular word.
Been drinking too much? Speech to text.
3-pointer for Barbarian. 1990s. Who directed the 1994 film Stargate? Roland Emmerich. Got it. 5-pointer for Barbarian. All comes down to this. Musicals. In what 1990s musical does a character named Jack dream of leaving New York to move to Santa Fe? He did use a couple of JTEs, tried to get there. I forget what he said. The answer was Newsies. And unfortunately, he did miss it. So with that, 24-25, The Godfather takes it by the skin of his teeth.
God, I hate to see this happen to Barbarian because, God, he went perfect up until the 5.
Right.
Perfect.
Steals and all.
Steel and all,
yeah.
Yeah. So, and it sucks. Had that ruling gone in his favor, he doesn't have the answer as 5.
Right.
So he would have pulled out the win. But, the way the ruling happened, didn't know the 5. And it's just, oh my God, to lose on a 5 like that. Yeah. We've been there several times.
Yeah.
It's tough, especially when you're playing so well.
Yeah. I feel bad for Craig.
Yeah.
Because we know from experience that this
how
man,
dedicated he is.
Yeah. So to get some 5-pointer musical thing that was just right in the middle of a blind spot, apparently.
Yeah.
Because I asked my girlfriend, who really likes Newsies, like her favorite I think her favorite musical.
Mm.
And I asked her that question and she was like, Newsies. So it just sucks.
Yeah.
It's for somebody that is familiar with the movie to be like, yeah, duh.
Mm-hmm.
So it just sucks to be hit in such a
obscure blind spot. Yeah.
Like, I've never seen Newsies. I had no guess.
I had no idea it was that either.
You know, no guess at all. But it sucks to be hit in like just a plain blind spot.
Yeah.
And he gave a guess. So I'm
at least
proud
he
of him
said
for
something.
that.
Yeah.
But it just sucks to lose that way. And with a challenge that is probably controversial, you know, depending on who you're talking to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, these are points that you guys need. And these are points that the exchange just didn't need.
Yeah.
So in the grand scape of, you know, of the standings, sure. I mean, it's good for the rest of the factions, but I just, oh my God, it sucks to lose that way.
Yeah, I know McQuenney really needed it because he said that he told us that in the pregame preamble that I guess they might have mentioned that he hadn't won a singles match since like 2018.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, that was sobering to hear that.
Yeah.
So he very much probably needed this, you know, coming back into the game from a little hiatus. And
because a lot of his success in the Schmoedown is his teams.
Yeah.
And it like a lot of like competitors like that are really good in teams for some reason you just can't get over that singles hump. Chance was in that front for a while. Brendan Meyer's kind of in that slump right now. Drew McKinney was one of those competitors. Jeff Snyder was sort of there for a bit, but then he found his way back to competing for a title. Sort of, I don't know, but it's good. It's good for the suspects, but you know, again, I just can't. Every time, like, you know, Barbarian needs something because like he has yet to win this season.
Yeah,
and I know how dedicated that dude is. We've spoken several times about the study tactics and how much time and effort goes into it. And like he told me some of the things that he was doing. And I was like, dude, man.
And that was last year. I'm sure he's probably
doubled down this year.
Doubled down, added more, fine-tuned, you know. I'm sure there's plenty more he's doing
so
now.
That's, and it does beg to ask, like, is he spreading himself too thin with that kind of set? And it might not even matter because, like, when you think about it, if he's that dedicated in singles, his IG movies are still singles categories.
True.
So
I don't know that based on this performance, I would say he's spreading himself too thin because to miss one question, it's not like he just, you know, he didn't get pummeled. Not even close.
Yeah.
He had the upper hand going into the final round. He only missed one question. It just happened to be a 5-pointer.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it would be hard to say he's spreading himself too thin based on this performance.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, we'll see how the rest of the year pans out for him. I'm sure that we're going to see him in either the singles or the IG tournament.
Yeah, and at this
with maybe a small chance of both.
Yeah,
but I feel
this
like
point,
one. I don't know.
At this point, if one of your rookies sees himself in title contention when the tournament comes, I just mentioned,
Craig's a pretty solid flex.
Put him into both tournaments.
Yeah,
bracket
assuming
points.
He's not the one that's in title contention.
Yeah, so it's a rough match for him, but I'm sure we'll see him back sooner
for
than
sure.
later. I mean, he was a signed player for a reason.
Yeah.
So.
And he's a beloved personality.
Oh, absolutely.
So, you know, he and Elvis, his companion.
What was it? It's him and Elvis. What was that one comparison I made?
Because they said that he was his pet, and I think he said that they were companions or something.
There was that one movie that I wanted to see. It was like with him and the Barbarian, or God, what was it?
I have no idea what
it was this funny thing that I came up with. It's like, damn it. I can't remember what I said.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was funny.
I believe you. Let's talk about what's coming up this week.
Yeah.
So I think Christian mentioned that the schedule that was uploaded to the Schmoedown website wasn't entirely accurate. So I am looking on the Schmoedown Twitter account. This tweet I'm looking at, fresh off the press 8 hours ago. So I'd like to think it's pretty accurate for this week. So that's what we're going to go on. July 7th. We got the outsiders of the Den, which is, of course, Ben the Bandit Goddard and the Powder Keg Paul Preston versus the press room of the Quirky Mercs, Josh the Carpathian Horowitz.
He's good.
And
he's very good.
Perry Nemiroff.
Let's see if Perry can bounce back from a rough showing the last time they came out.
Yeah.
But Horowitz, man,
Sneaky good.
Sneaky good.
Becoming a real star, as we like to say.
He might be the carry in this match, even though, Perry is sneaky good as well. But, like...
We'll see.
We'll see.
July 8th, we have the return, the glorious return of Brother Lomas of the Finstock Exchange. I like how his half of the card is black and white. Very nice.
What are they going to do when he shows up into, the studio?
Maybe in post, they'll make him...
That's a lot of work. That's a lot of roto work. Come on now.
Well, he said that he's going to have an altar when they go into the studio match. So maybe he'll figure out other ways to bring the spirits with him.
I mean, if you want somebody to put on the hours of work of roto, I'm pretty good at rotoing. So, I mean, there's ways around it.
Well, he's going to be wearing black. So that's probably half the work.
I mean, there are ways to do it to make it easy on the post.
Anyways, July 8th is Brother Lomas of the Finstock Exchange versus Beth the Maniac May of the Quirky Mercs.
We missed an opportunity with It's Gonna Be May.
It's gonna be May. July 9th, we've got a singles match.
I'm excited for this one.
Jader, the Hurricane Paramo of the Den, versus Eric Z-Man Zipper of Swag. That's gonna be an interesting one, I think. Because Eric, we've seen such a marked improvement from him.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
From seasons past. And Jader
continues to improve
and has had strong showings. So I think these are going to be, it's going to be a well-matched match. And then also on July 9th, we've got ourselves a throwdown. All right.
Throw them bows.
I'm honestly not sure if one of these is an undercard and one of these is an overcard.
Maybe it's a double main event.
I don't know because it doesn't say. It just has two teams. So
it might be a double main event.
You're going to have to bear with me. It's a double overcard, everybody. We've got Deception of Corruption, which is, of course, Lady Justice Marisol McKee and Adam the Coyote Collins versus Lightning Time, which is, of course, Ethan Big Time Irwin. I always got to check myself so I don't say prime time. Ethan Big Time Irwin and Lightning Liz Shannon Miller of the Usual Suspects.
See if they can recover from that rough showing in the tournament.
Yeah. And then on the other side of the graphic, we have Final Exam. Paul Prime Time. Set your clocks. Oyama and the Delinquent Lon Harris of Swag versus Little Evil JTE and John the Outlaw Roca Rushmore of the Finstock Exchange. So my goodness, we got teams on teams on teams.
Stacks on stacks on stacks.
It's
gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be. And there's some heavy.
Oh yeah.
Every single team, I would say, is heavy hitters.
Yeah.
So
come on, man.
My God. That's a scary event to be heading into. But then again, if you're heading into it, you're also scary. So excited to see how that shakes out.
There was also another match that dropped in the news that we can't just breeze over. People are expecting us to talk about this.
Are they?
No more debating. Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta makes her debut at the end of the month, right before Collision, against, I already forgot his name. I'm so sorry. From the Stars, right?
I mean, if you're looking at the Schmoedown website, at the moment, it has, let me look. Nicki Dimalanta, the Usual Suspects.
No more debating it, baby.
Versus Jeff Lowe of the Stars. So.
How you feeling? How you feeling? You can't avoid it now.
I mean, it hasn't happened yet. You never know. It hasn't happened till it happens.
You have to start introducing yourself as a Star Wars competitor now. You're on the docket. You're on the books.
Once we film it, maybe. Then it'll be real. Then it'll be more real. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no. I mean, once it happens, then it will have happened, you know. But as of right now, it hasn't happened.
We had to get it in there because people are expecting us to talk about it.
Not me. We'll see how it goes, you know?
Yeah, but it's a ways away because it's right before Collision. So
yeah. And who else is in Collision? It's like they just wanted to put two Dimalantas
at the end of the month.
At the end of the month together. Wow, look at that.
I'm waiting for the promo of Eric to open it. I'm sorry, Nerd Cronk to open it and go, oh, Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta, debatable, and then go into the graphic.
Like a little montage of all the debatables.
Debatable.
Like all the
debatable. He'll find a way. He'll find a way. Anyways.
I mean, it is still. It hasn't happened. Hasn't been filmed. So I don't know. It's debatable still. It hasn't happened.
Write in the comments. Tell how crazy it is. But anyways, we'll go ahead and end there.
I guess I should start watching Star Wars.
Like you haven't been already. Star Wars competitor. Nicki Dimalanta, where can they find you online?
Let's see.
Debatable.
Debatable. You can find me on Twitter at Dimmy. DIMMMYYY.
As for me, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Andrew Dimalanta, DIMALANTA. Listen to this on audio form. Please follow the feed and rate us.
And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner, lefty Lucy, in the lower right-hand corner. See, we do things on YouTube. Somebody said that
it was disabled for some reason.
That the bell wasn't clickable, but I don't know. I didn't try.
Maybe because they already clicked it. I did. I looked into it. I tried to look into it, and apparently it's probably on your side. It sounds like a you problem.
Oh no!
No, but it's probably because you clicked it already. So thank you.
Wouldn't that be a great problem?
Also, I am on TikTok at Drew_Dimalanta. I'm getting a lot of traction on one video.
Check them out.
It's got like over 3,000. I don't know if it's good or not. Is 3,000 likes good?
I mean, there's people that have like
no idea.
There's people that have like millions. It has over. I mean, for being on TikTok for like 3 days, it's not too shabby.
It's still growing. Like last time I looked, they had like over 3,500 views. I think the last time I checked.
Not too shabby. It's your second video in like 2 or 3 days. Who knows?
It sparked really interesting conversations. Like I posted it for like a VFX thing, like, for VFX.
He did an X-Wing video.
It's like, oh, look at the VFX, and people are arguing the physics of X-Wing.
There's already people flaming him in the comments. It's like the G-forces would have killed the pilot, bro.
It's like that's not what it's about, bro. Did you see the tags?
Disney era ruining Star Wars.
The tags are VFX, 3D animation. Star Wars. It's like
S-foils closing doesn't mean it's going to start going faster, idiot.
Yeah, it does.
This damn Disney era.
It actually does.
Read a book. Jesus.
Tell me you haven't. Thank you to Ben Goddard for pointing this out. Tell me you haven't played Rogue Squadron N64 without telling me you haven't played Rogue Squadron.
I usually hate when people say stuff like that, but it's okay when Ben does it. He has a hall pass with me every time. I hate the whole tell me you do a thing and without telling me you do a thing. I'm like, oh God. But it's okay.
Alex saying when you need him to back me up on it. Just slip into my TikTok comments like you're an idiot, bro.
And Thomas follows up like, not a Y-Wing, don't care. Make a Y-Wing video, then maybe I'll be interested.
I will. We'll see. It's like a bombing run type of thing. We'll see. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. We'll see you next time.